Good day, River Life family. I hope you like that bit of Australian there. I'm Pastor Linda, and today I want to talk to you about how to get through this time and still remain sane. It's extraordinary times that we're living in. Who would have guessed at the beginning of the year this is where we would be now? I've heard in some of the art and craft shops that actually painting by numbers is selling out. Who would have guessed? And I think that's probably because it's easily done. You follow the numbers and you come out with a great result at the end, and you can feel pretty good about that. So today I want to just give you a few numbers that you can paint by. I really want to try and help you build up a bit of resilience around what is happening at the moment. So number one is our feelings are impacted by what's going on, both internally and externally. We are adjusting massively, and it's exhausting. I felt exhausted, other staff have, and I know that you will too. Don't underestimate that. So rest up and be aware that your body and your mind are making massive adjustments at the moment, and therefore that's okay to acknowledge that. So I want to really encourage you when you are praying to ask God for armour. We all need armour at a time like this, and we're in a battle. We hear politicians saying things like we're fighting an unseen enemy. We know that. We know we are fighting an unseen enemy. And we also know that we have tools that we can actually use to fight with. The health world is saying, stay safe and wash your hands and stay apart. So we also need to find the tools that we can use to help us through this time. One of them is gratitude. Now, when we're going through something like this, it might raise your anxiety levels. And if you already have anxiety issues, then this could increase it even more so. So one of the ways to mitigate that is actually to be aware of developing gratitude. It's hard for gratitude and anxiety to equally coexist. We're complex beings. We do carry both, but we move between one or the other. And I want to encourage you to move towards gratitude, to develop gratitude, and to be aware of what's good in your life, what's good about God, and to allow that to dictate your thinking rather than the negatives that you may be feeling at the moment. The second point that I want to raise with you is boundaries. At the moment, our geographical space has become much smaller. Usually geography forms our boundaries. We travel to work, we travel to school, we travel home, we take our kids various places, and these form natural boundaries. But now we don't have that. Our boundaries are very much more smaller, and that confinement can actually exacerbate feelings of frustration or anxiety. So I want to encourage you to think about boundaries and how to implement them in your home to make spaces feel different. And when I was working as a counsellor, my supervisor said to me, when you're working from an agency, you have to make the place feel hospitable. And when you're working from home, you have to make sure that you're putting clinical boundaries in place. And I would encourage you to think about that. If you're both sitting at either ends of a dining room table with laptops, then how are you going to make that place feel a bit more happy for the family or homely for the family? It might be putting some flowers in, it might be lighting a candle, just something that signifies that we've now changed from that role to this role. If you're on your own, maybe having a cup of coffee and listening to a worship song, something that marks the fact that you've now finished one area and you're moving into another area. There's been lots of funny memes going around of families pulling out their household plans and deciding which room they visit today. And but the feeling behind that is real, isn't it? That actually we need to be able to define how we psychologically sign on and sign off. So I would really encourage you to think about that. Point number 3 is that because of the internal shifts that we're making, it's really important to, in our heads, to know what we are believing and to consciously think about that. So even if we feel we cannot see God's hand in this, then we know we can trust His heart. So at times when we are not sure what's happening, and maybe you're feeling confused and you're spinning a bit about all the changes and the fact that you can't see your grandchildren, or the fact that you've got relatives overseas, it's making us spin a bit, that we don't have the choice, that we normally just sits in the background of our lives, and now we can't do that. But it's really important to trust in God's heart, even when we feel, gosh, I don't know what's happening. But we do know that God's heart is a loving one, that he always looks towards us with love, and we want to be able, during this time, to experience that in a deeper way and to come through this well. Point number 4 is that you can still contact a pastor. Please do use the normal phone line, and it will be diverted and a pastor will get back to you. And the number, that our church line number, in case you don't know it, is 33783595. So I just want to finish off with reading a passage from scripture, and that is in Philippians 4 verses 6 to 8. And it says, "Don't be pulled in different directions or worried about a thing. Be saturated in prayer throughout each day, offering your faith-filled requests before God with an overflowing gratitude. Tell him every detail of your life. Then God's wonderful peace that transcends human understanding will make the answers known to you through Jesus Christ." So keep your thoughts continually fixed on all that is authentic and real, honourable and admirable, beautiful and respectful, pure and holy, merciful and kind, and fasten your thoughts on every glorious work of God, praising him always. So I think that says it beautifully, and I look forward to meeting again with you soon, either in person or through technology, and blessings to you all. Bye.